When I hear this story, you know, a kid comes home, they watch video games, they have dinner, they stay up, and then they go to bed at 11 o'clock. I think to myself, who are they interacting with? Where are the adults in their lives? What video games are they playing? For how long? Who's supervising it? What are they having for dinner? With whom? What conversations happening at the dinner table? You asked, how do you engage your children? I think the first place is with a conversation. So the kid's not engaged in conversation if they're playing video games, that's for sure. They're engaged in television, which we already know creates problems when you do it too much. And then they're going to bed at 11 o'clock. I wonder, how old is this kid and why are they going to bed at 11 o'clock? What night of the week is it? So setting limits and boundaries. I want to know where the adults are to engage them in those things. Teens are at a really tricky place in their brain development. The part of their brain that's developing and becoming mature, somewhere around age 13, give or take several years, depending on each kid, is the part that has heightened emotions, increased aggressiveness, an increased sense of paranoia, more individuality, more experience seeking. And the part of their brain that doesn't mature until maybe even 25, but much later in adolescence, is the part that's responsible for thinking things through, stopping executive planning, thinking about consequences, thinking ahead. And so it's not surprising that 1 in 4 teenagers is struggling, because all of them are at a place in their brain development where they're susceptible to intense emotional stress, intense emotional arousal, greater aggression, and greater risk. And it's important that we service this population so that we can prevent them from developing problems at a time when they are ripest to develop them. All kids are stressed. We all are stressed. So how do you look for the signs that stress may be becoming a problem for your kid, or that your kid's not coping well with the stressors in his or her life? Would be change in how they're doing. So if they were doing okay academically and now all of a sudden they're not performing anymore, if they had friends and can't keep them anymore, if you're finding your child wanting to isolate, be alone, crying, overly emotional about small things, finding your child avoiding, secretive, maybe some other signs that your child's not coping with stress, impulsivity, worrying that your child keeping odd hours, poor friendships would be another sign. When your child's behavior starts to change from what you were used to, that's a sign that there may be something wrong. It may be a time to get help or pay attention to that more.